I left the office at midnight. However, it was Friday, so there were so many people on the street and everyone was trying to get cabs. It took me 40 minutes to get a cab.
The weather was freezing cold and there were no cabs around. I tried to call a cab, but they said no cab was available at that moment. I just walked home.
I could have walked home, but it was too cold. I caught a cab, but since it was 2 in the morning, I had to pay an extra charge. I should just stay home when the weather is bad outside.
When I told the taxi driver my destination, he refused to let me ride in his cab. I was upset, but didn't say anything and got out. I did it because recently there are so many crazy people that I don't want to make any trouble.
I was familiar with the route that I was heading to. However, the cab driver took a longer way around. He almost charged me double the usual fare. It was unfair.
I woke up late this morning, so I took a cab. I thought that taking a cab would be faster than the bus because it doesn't make any stops. However, the traffic was horrible during rush hours, and it ended up taking longer than usual.
I don't usually take a deluxe taxi because they are too expensive. However, when I take a cab at night, I usually use deluxe cabs because they drive up to my house.
I got in a cab this morning. I stayed up late last night, so I was very tired. However, the cab driver would not stop talking. I didn't want to be rude, but it was frustrating.
1.
The weather was so hot that I decided to take a cab. When I told the driver my destination, he said he doesn't usually take passengers for short-distance rides in the city. I felt bad, so I didn't take the change when getting off.
I went from Gangnam to Wonju in a speeding taxi. It only took 40 minutes, but I almost wet my pants. I never want to get in a speeding taxi ever again.
I wanted to learn Chinese, so I looked online and found a Chinese language academy near Gangnam Station. I signed up for a class by paying with my credit card.
The basic Chinese class I wanted to take was already so full that I couldn't sign up. I called the academy and asked if there was another class still open, but they said every class was full.
I take a Japanese class at 7 in the morning. Since it is too early, there are not many people in the class, and I like it. It is hard to wake up so early, but it is definitely worth it.
On the very first day of the class, I went to the academy after work. I went to the front desk on the second floor and received the books and my class identification card. I put the card in my wallet in order not to lose it.
I signed up for a TOEIC class. My score before I signed up was 500 out of 990. I needed to score at least 800 on TOEIC to apply for a job, so I decided to study at an academy. 3 months later, I took the TOEIC test and my score went up to 810. I was so happy.
When I sign up for class at a language academy, I usually consider my friends' opinions, the academy itself, and the instructors. It is important for the academy to have a good reputation, so I often look online to see the reviews.
1.
I never study when I get home after class. I asked some of my classmates if they could study together after class, and they all wanted to do it. We always studied together for an extra hour after class. I think it really helps.
I signed up for this Japanese class last month. Because of some overtime and get-togethers from my department, I only took 3 classes out of 10. It was a waste of money.
I have been going to a Chinese academy for 6 months now. Even though I couldn't attend regularly, I constantly signed up and tried my best to go. This month, I was actually not absent a single day. I am so proud of myself.